Welcome everybody to today's information session around the SDG Innovation Accelerator, which we will be offering again in 2026 to help you to accelerate your business impact with early career professionals. This is the moment to learn more. With me today, my name is Firas Abdul Hussein. I lead this SDG Innovation Accelerator program in the Netherlands. With UN Global Compact Network Netherlands. And with us today are Tom van het Westeinde, a visual consultant with Flatland Agency. He will talk a lot more about what we will gonna do together in the upcoming program. And with us is Jaron McVie. And Jaron is a project manager at Fugro and has participated in the 2025 program. So we'll hear more about it from Jaron as well.
Yep, morning everyone. Hi.
So what can you expect today? We'll briefly go into what the context is, why it matters that we're doing all this, what the role is of UN Global Compact in guiding you to support you in your business impact, how especially early career professionals are taking an active role in this. How we do this, a beautiful way, visual design thinking, powerful and creative, kind of triggering all these senses to actually convey the message that we need to take action. And then we'll hear all about it from one of the participants that just has been through it. So that's the program of today, and we'll end up with a Q&A. And the practical next steps. If you're interested or have any questions, you can reach out. Please know that during the whole session, you can use the chat and Q&A to share any questions you might have in any moment in time. So we welcome you to share your thoughts and questions with us, directly directed to one of the speakers or in general about the program. So how do we get here? Well, believe it or not, but 25 years ago, something magical happened, and the late Secretary General Kofi Annan of the United Nations called upon business leaders to take responsibility and to step up to create this compact, to act together, not only from the public sector, but especially the private sector, to join forces to address the challenges and opportunities we faced in the world. Now, these challenges are still with us to a certain extent, and we have already been able to address some of the challenges as well. So it's there are two sides to the coin, if I may, and it all starts with something very basic. We do this based on 10 principles located in 4 different categories of these principles. It's human rights, it's labor, the environment, and anti-corruption. And companies that join the UN Global Compact adhere to them and make them also practical by applying the Sustainable Development Goals that have been introduced to make it to turn these principles into action. Now, we have learned a lot about the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals over the past years. And we have seen a lot of visuals. The 17 goals have been used to really create a common understanding and awareness about the challenges that we face in the world. But we're not there yet. We are still facing a state of climate emergency, and especially this week as well, the COP30 conference is happening in Belém, Brazil. To really focus on this urgency, that we really need to take action to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, as we all committed to in the Paris Agreement of 10 years ago. That requires a lot of action, and we need change makers to make that happen. Now, also on the social side, we have a lot of work to do. We are facing inequalities, gender imbalance, and we still need to take action to uplift people from poverty, to address hunger in the world, and to adhere to human rights. However, as simple as it might be, it's all interconnected and complex. We've noticed that if you address one thing, it has some effects on something else. So it's good to know how to zoom out as well, to understand the context on what you're dealing with, especially in the topic of sustainability, and how to apply that not in your business context. If we zoom in a little bit on how we're doing so far, we really have a call to action with a sense of urgency to really address these sustainable development goals. We have just 17% of the goals that we have defined on track, and well, the rest of them are either lagging behind or are really indicated red. And what we see here is that we have quite some key focus areas to address, and every single business has the opportunity to address at least one of these goals throughout their business strategy and operations. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. We've noticed that over the past years, quite some positive things have happened. The amount of people that are connected to electricity has increased a lot. On the topic of health and good and well-being, we have been able to uplift people's well-being and health status, and we have been able to address at least the treatment of HIV in a lot of places to avoid unnecessary deaths. Now, you might wonder, and now what? How do I apply it to my company and my work? Well, I'd like to start here with why we're doing this, and in memory of the late Jane Goodall, who passed away recently. There's one of my favorite quotes of her stating that young people, when they understand the problems and are empowered to take action, when we listen to their voices, they actually are changing the world and making it better for people, for animals, and for the environment, because everything is interconnected. She also said that we all have a meaningful role to play. So the question is, what is your role and how are you going to do it? If we focus on what we have done so far, and especially what we've done this year, we've seen that a lot of people have taken this call to action and have worked on something. Almost 1,500 participants from over 450 companies have participated in this program this year alone, covering 54 countries, as we are spread all over the world with UN Global Compact, and even 21 countries had their own tracks. So it shows that there's a lot of mobility within the world of young professionals that are eager to take action and have done only this year already. In the Netherlands, if we zoom in, 5 companies have participated in the program this year, and they have been very satisfied. So that's happy. That's a good news for us all. If you're curious in which countries these are, we have a reach of over 21 countries running this program. And the beautiful opportunity here is that each country and each team is working on a challenge, which might be in a similar direction as you're thinking, or in a similar industry. And this is the program that you can leverage these opportunities of this global network that you're part of with UN Global Compact to really connect with one another, to share the challenges, ask questions, and we'll also have feedback sessions with all teams globally to really exchange these experiences during the program. Now, if we zoom into the experience of the program in the Netherlands, we have been places. One of the pictures here is a company visit to Airbus, the facilities in Hamburg. We've really been thinking and using design thinking applied to our own work in really addressing these challenges and understanding them, all in teamwork. until we have presented them on screen to our own team champion per company and the other teams, as well as colleagues that have joined these sessions. Now, quite some companies have joined us in this journey already. So it's nice to know that you will not be alone joining this journey with us. And quite some people have already have had a very nice experience with a tangible project at the end of the 6-month period. Now, where does it all start? It all starts with the right team. We ask each interested participant to shape a team of 4 that will be working on the project. We'll also open up the opportunity to join or sign in as a solo participant, and creating mixed groups if you really want to join by yourself as part of a company. And the other part of the team is the team champion, which is somebody that's in an hopefully executive role, knows the company well, the context, and can help you and support you during the journey. Especially from your company's perspective, it makes sense that somebody knows who to reach out to and what makes most sense to focus on with the context of which challenges the company can have and which opportunities there are. Now, the time investment here is different from the team champions. We expect approximately 1 hour per month to check in with the team. The more the merrier, I would say. From the actual participants, the innovators, we ask for a minimum time dedication of 3 hours per week for learning and project work, and at least the availability during the full day workshops that we'll be hosting and we'll zoom into. Now, how does it look like? If we zoom in, we start with gaining an understanding of the company and the context. Perhaps some work has already been done on the sustainable development goals and sustainability. Many companies already have a sustainability strategy and are linking it more and more to their business strategy. And perhaps there are some challenges there that we can better understand at first. But perhaps we also see some opportunities that some things are perhaps explored once upon a time and not taken up for whatever reason. Or this is the right moment to take up these challenges and opportunities. We also deep dive into the context. You have the SDG tracker, the standards in the world, and the other initiatives around the world that focus on sustainability for business. So you'll get a good head start in this program to really dive into your company's opportunities and challenges and to link that back together with your full team in a concrete project. Now, how are we doing this? We are applying design thinking. The well-known double diamond model allows us to dive in by discovering. The discovery phase offers us the opportunity to diverge, open our minds to really gain an understanding before we converge again to really explore and define what makes most sense. Hopefully, at the end of the first diamond, we have a clear problem definition. It might be more than one, but at least there's some direction. Then the fun part starts again with the second diamond, and there we diverge again and really think of which solution directions are there and how can we address this. And also there we go into ideation and open up to explore how can we address this problem that we have defined so far. Then we converge again to build towards more concrete solutions, test them as well with stakeholders before we pitch that at the very end. How does it work timing-wise? We start the program in February, and then we move on till July in the different modules. In July, we'll have the local solutions showcase. that will focus on the pitch per company team, and the winner of the year for the Netherlands will be sent to New York to the Leaders Summit, which takes place every year in September. If we zoom in on what we're actually going to do, we start with a kickoff to set the scene, to meet the teams, to already start with kind of a draft company and context scan, to see what information is already there that they can already leverage. And then we move on to the 4 boot camps, starting with the first one to really get a good understanding of your company and the context, to focus on the transitions that are there and the most relevant transitions for your company. We'll have a very tangible company context scan at the end of that day, to really have a good understanding of the opportunities that are there, that we can further address in the next phases of the program. The next phase goes into the how might we question. We'll end up with working on a stakeholder map, and we'll narrow down all these details that we've gathered so far into very specific challenges, probably 2 or 3, as it's too early to already pinpoint one in many cases. We've learned from experience, but at least it gives some guidance to narrow down to more concrete things to work on and to work out. Then on the 3rd bootcamp, we'll go into solution directions to really define which directions make most sense for the company and for your team to work on. The business case of it, is it viable as well and realistic? And you'll get something to validate, to really ask your colleagues, perhaps your management teams, your suppliers or customers, depending on the scope of your project, and to move on before we start building the pitch in the 4th bootcamp, where we really go through a crash course in visual design thinking to really go into storytelling and how do you convey a complex project and perhaps a very big plan into something very tangible, crisp, and sharp to communicate to others, to inform them, to inspire them, and to activate them to join you on this journey. And last but not least, we'll have the showcase, and the showcase is your opportunity to steal the show, to pitch your project in an engaging way to your team champion, to your colleagues, to other teams. Yeah, that's the moment to shine. Before we get there, we have quite some feedback sessions between the different teams that are participating in the program, as well as 2 global feedback sessions with all teams globally. And along the whole journey, we have self-paced online learning modules for inspiration and learning on our online academy. We really invite you to dive into that. You can learn more about sustainability, the Sustainable Development Goals, business model innovation, design thinking. You'll receive a certificate at the end of the ride, and you can do it wherever you are, because you can just use the mobile app to do your learning when and where you prefer. So that's the easy way. Now, that's a lot of words said. We actually practiced what we preached so far, because we have applied the design thinking and the visual design thinking to this program to further improve it, to incorporate all the feedback of participants, and to really come to a new plan and see how it works, how do we test certain things and apply them as well. So that's nice for you to know that we actually apply the same methods to the things we are doing here to continuously improve. And last but not least, the highlight of this program for those who deliver the best pitch, the best plan, and the most realistic and implementable plan for their company, get the opportunity to go to New York to the Leaders Summit, to share their project there with all the other teams and all the business leaders that are there annually for the United Nations General Assembly and Climate Week. There's a lot of learning and connection happening there in that week. And that's also where we close off the program of the year with all the winners from all across the world. And we capture all the solutions that they have been working on in the annual solutions report. So if you're interested in learning more, we'll have a link that we'll share with you about all the solutions that have been worked on so far. Now, let's get to the insights of how this all works in practice. With us today is Tom van het Westeinde from Flatlight Agency. And Tom, would you like to take us along with the journey we're going through in this program?
Yes. Thank you, Veerad. Good morning again, everyone. My name is indeed Tom, visual consultant at indeed Flatland Agency in Rotterdam, part of a team of almost 30 creatives helping all kinds of organizations with their strategic and change challenges. And here today to tell you a bit more on why we are happy to, for the third year already, or the upcoming year will be the third time that we will be participating and actually evolving our partnership together with this program. So let's see. Yeah. So starting off, drawing a bit of world together is our mission statement from our company, and I believe this is where we connect very well with this program, because the basis of developing this mission and saying, okay, this is what we want to stand for as a company, has a basis in those sustainable development goals that Veerad just mentioned. So with that in mind, we help all kinds of organizations by drawing, or better to say, visual design thinking. The reason we use this because we truly believe that, like said here, every positive change you achieve together is accelerated through drawing. We all know the saying, picture says more than 1,000 words. It might sound a bit like a cliche, but I can tell you it's definitely true, because what we see on a day-to-day basis is that all the big challenges that our organizations are working with, you can truly accelerate by drawing along with those challenges, because drawings, illustrations, all kinds of visuals help in breaking those boundaries between cultures, languages, but also people who think that they understand each other. But if you dive a bit deeper, apparently they don't do so well. So if we see from our practice why it works, and I think why it connects so well to this program, because visual thinking, like I mentioned, it gives your team clarity and oversight on complex challenges. It takes all the stuff that's out of your in your heads from you and your colleagues, and get it on a piece of paper, a whiteboard, a brown paper, whatsoever. And this is something that you really are going to experience during the program as well. From day one, is get it out of your head on a piece of paper, because then you can work with it. Which brings us to the second part, co-creation. So don't work based on a briefing. That's not what we do as well, and say, okay, you can make this beautiful picture to tell a certain story, but really to collaboratively work on challenges with your colleagues, of course, but preferably also with your stakeholders. Many of our colleagues, including myself, have a background as designers, where we learn to think from the perspective of the user. You saw it in the little model of Veerad as well. Empathize with your users. That's a very important part of design thinking, and the first part of the double diamond as well. And co-creation with them is a perfect way to do so. And then, of course, design thinking methodologies, a design process, an iterative process, offers a clear and structured approach that creates space to combine that analytical part that you need to solve those complex, but also the creativity that you need to have a different perspective on those challenges. So to draw up a little bit of a parallel with what we do on a day-to-day basis and how you will apply it in the program, some a little insight. So you can use visual design thinking in those sessions together with your colleagues, but also with other participants to facilitate and make outcomes visible very fast. That's definitely something that we're gonna encourage. Get those ideas out of your head, because as soon as they are out of your head, you can put them on a wall, on a piece of paper. And the fun fact is, or maybe a little bit of a spoiler alert, but you don't have to be an artist to make drawing work for you. I'd rather not have get rid of a little bit of your perfection that's in all of us, and just start drawing, because every line on a piece of paper already can work in order to communicate something clearer. The other advantage from getting things out of your head is that you can have a better conversation. So you can use those visual templates to start a conversation and get to the point. For example, definitely something we're going to use in Bootcamp 2, which will be in our office, if I'm not mistaken, Fears, where you work on that stakeholder map, which is an example of a template, and you can have a very focused conversation around it. The end result that we often work towards with Flatland, and we're of course gonna encourage you to do as well in the final showcase, is often a visual that captures that complexity of a change story. And while looking at this, it might be a bit overwhelming at first. We're going to help you through getting to the essence of those drawings, because if you look from a distance, you can get to the core parts of those messages. Already a bit on an insight on the crash course that we're going to give you, working towards the 300 rule, finding, okay, what's the important message for my target audience, for the people that I'm going to present to, my champion, but also maybe other colleagues, and finding that balance in that visualization to really bring them and take them along in your drawing, to eventually make the drawing that draws people in, like we said here, and get them on the same page and activate them to bring them along in your ideas.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tom. Sounds very exciting. Well, we have experienced it already a few times, so it's up for the participants who will register for the program to experience it themselves as well. And that's a nice bridge to how other participants have experienced the program so far. We've received a few testimonials highlighting that it was an engaging and fun program to explore unexplored ideas in sustainability. Because in our day-to-day, we might not focus on sustainability while we're very passionate about it, or at least interested to learn more about it. And this is the opportunity to work with an enthusiastic team on such a challenge, but outside of your day-to-day work for most. And to discover more things that you did not know about yet, and perhaps even some things about yourself. But all this said is nice, but we can also hear about it from one of the participants who is with us today, and what Jaren is here, who participated in this year's program with a team of Fugro. And they ended up starting and ending the program on a high note, because what started on one day, perhaps clueless on what the journey would be looking like, they ended up in New York as the winner of the program in the Netherlands, with quite some highlights there in the activities there. But let's dive right into it. Jaren, thank you for making time to being with us today. Day to day, you're a project manager at Fugro, and your key takeaway for this program was that it was very practical, and it helped you to see sustainability as part of every decision, not just a
Yep.
corporate target. Would you like to introduce yourself a bit and perhaps the background of this statement?
Yes, thank you. And yep, good morning, everyone, again. I'm Jaron McVeigh, and yes, I moved to the Netherlands early this year from the United States for a new role at Fugro, and yes, had no idea about the SDGs and the complexity behind them and the um, the goals that Fugro had for the SDGs. So in joining this project, I really started from ground zero. The first boot camp we really focused on learning the SDGs and really seeing how Fugro ties into them. And from there it was really a great journey on seeing on how to implement sustainability into every decision, and also how to collaborate with people from different companies and also different sectors of our organization, because these multinational companies have various parts and various goals. So finding common ground even within Fugro was something important for our challenge as well.
Yeah. Nice, thank you for sharing that. And perhaps to step back to the very early days, what were your
Mhm.
expectations, or perhaps learning objectives, work objectives that got you or triggered you to join this program?
Yeah. The major one was my lack of knowledge of sustainability. Um, my background, my education, sustainability wasn't necessarily the most important topic, and looking at the current state of the world, sustainability is something that young professionals need to yeah think about with every corporate decision. So kind of taking those dynamics and realizing that I still had things to learn, and there was things that need to be changed. Those kind of emotions really got me interested into the program, and pushed me out of my comfort zone to join this and see what it was all about.
Nice. And going through the program yourself with your teammates, how do you reflect back on it? What how did it reflect back to this curiosity that you just explained to learn more
Yep.
about sustainability and perhaps the context in business?
Yep. Tom mentioned it perfectly with the co-creation part. Um, Getting to interact with four young professionals from around our company who don't necessarily do the same thing I do every day, seeing their views on sustainability, seeing how they make decisions, and then also the other teams as well. So KLM, ING, seeing how banks, um, airline companies, how they interact with sustainability. Those interactions really showed how sustainability is a broad term and can also be extremely detailed. So there was a lot of learning from the people in the program, which I really value.
Nice. And when did it click for you and the team that you were on the right track?
Yes. So specifically, um, we went to the KLM office at Schiphol Airport, near Amsterdam. It's a massive airport. I was lost. I showed up, as you know, I think 45 minutes late to the session, and was kind of stressed. Had been walking around, didn't know where I was, and we immediately met Tom and his team, and everyone was kind of doodling and drawing pictures. And these things are yeah things that I don't normally do at work on a day-to-day basis. I usually look at reports and interact with Excel spreadsheets and read long pages of reports. And this shift in thinking to drawing and doodling took me back to when I was a kid and elementary school and doodling on the side of tests and things. And it really opens up your mind to a new way of thinking. And I think that specific boot camp really kind of switched it for us. That's where we put together our picture with our solution, and eventually was able to get that in front of the client's eyes and push us to New York to the Leader Summit. So really, that kind of switch of thinking really helped us to move forward with the project.
Wonderful to hear. Yeah, it's you had so many plans, and then you had to draw it out and think about it and communicate it to
Yep,
somebody else.
exactly. And the pictures really, as we've mentioned multiple times, the picture really helps communicate and draw people into the solution, to our product. It really gets people on a common ground more quickly than a report does, or an Excel spreadsheet. So it's really a good boot camp.
Yeah. Based on your experience and many people with us here that might be interested in joining the program, what would be your advice to them?
Yeah, I'd say to go into it with an open mind, and also, to really lean on the other young professionals within the program. It can kind of seem as a competitive thing because everyone wants to go to New York, which as everyone should, but the other groups, there's a lot to learn from the different companies, and it's really a collaborative effort. So even though there is this, competitive aspect, it's really a team effort. And I really think, hearing everyone's perspectives and, hearing their experiences professionally really helped us build the product as well. So it's a really a team effort.
Yeah, wonderful to hear that. Yeah, Tom, perhaps to include you in the conversation as well. How did you reflect on meeting these teams and forcing them to step out of their reports and spreadsheets day to day into your day to day, actually?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's always a bit, or what we notice with everybody who we put a marker in their hand and say, okay, just start drawing. It's always a bit scary in the beginning, of course. But talking about a click, as soon as people see that, again, getting something out of your head and putting it on a piece of paper, and you can have a conversation using those drawings. How simple they might be, that's when you see that switching point. And that was very nice to see it with this group when we moved a bit after that quick crash course that we give to just get you started drawing. You start people see when they start applying it to their case is where you see that magic happen of those conversations and those light bulbs going on. So that was really really wonderful.
Yeah, nice. And what would be your advice for those who think, sounds interesting, but exciting?
I mean, definitely do it. The thing is, what we always say is, we always, as a kid, nobody was scared to draw, right? That's the thing. But somewhere at school, people told us it was not good enough or not beautiful enough. So think back about that time, that there was a time that everybody took a marker or a pencil. So it's still something. It's still there. And we're definitely going to help you with reaching back to that feeling and applying it to your challenge. So don't worry about it.
Wonderful. That's very comforting. Don't worry about it. I'll keep that in mind, Tom. Thank you very much. Now, perhaps to move on the practicalities that you might have. Sounds nice, but now what? That's we'll come back to that now. This is the program to enable your company's early career professionals to grasp the context and the business strategy, challenges, and vision ahead, and to actually take an active part in it and deliver a concrete project. And every single team that has been part of this program has done that, depending on timelines, of course, of companies. Some have been implemented sooner and faster than others. This year's example and winning team delivered a project that was directly implemented, while others had a project that was more aimed to the next phase of the company and their company strategy and sustainability journey. So that depends on the challenge and opportunity that the team grasps and implements. Now, in short, this program is aimed for those who don't work in sustainability but are passionate about it. It's not a hard requirement, though. We have seen some people that are in a sustainability team and would like to step up in their sustainability knowledge, to connect with others, to learn, as Jaren also mentioned, from other teams and other companies, to really open their minds, learn from the practical examples that we use and the very tangible and impactful tools that we learn to use with a pencil in the hand. This program is open for companies of all sizes. We see in reality that the larger organizations see this as a better fit, as they can offer this program or free up their early career professionals more easily to participate in this program. We ask to be there in the boot camps for a full working day. Takes place in person. The online components can be done in any moment in time at your own pace, dialing in from wherever you prefer. But the in-person sessions are the impactful, powerful teamwork exercises that you really gain from. The rest, we expect around 3 hours per week in project work. We have smaller and larger organizations that have joined us and very diverse backgrounds of participants from operations to marketing to more financial background. So it's really open for anybody. We run it in 6 months, a very nice pressure cooker to really get up to speed with things that you'll implement in this project and beyond, in any project that you'll ever work on in the company ever after. And that's this program in short. The time investment is clear. The financial investment is 7,000 euros ex VAT per team of 4, or 2,000 euros ex VAT for a solo participant that will be joined in a mixed team. Now, if this all sounds good, what's next? Well, we invite you to find a team champion, first and foremost. If you're a solo participant or as part of a team, you always need a team champion. Then, if you love to do that with others, which you highly recommend, gather a team of, in total, 4 participants to work on this beautiful project for the 6 months that you get in this program. Register online through our website before the 31st of January 2026. We always recommend to sign up earlier to already get a grasp of what's coming up, as we really hit the ground running in February. So between the last day of registration and the first day of the program, that's a very tight squeeze. So we recommend you, if you're interested, prepare to join the program as soon as possible. And then we start the journey together, and hopefully you will experience it as intended. And we have several check-ins with each teams along the way to really steer the teams in the right direction, to help out with anything, any questions, any suggestions, both for the program as well as for the project. And we make it all together till the very end. The exciting pitches that we have, presentations, and for the teams that really step up, they can find themselves in New York at the end of the ride in September. With that, I would like to thank you all. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me or to sdginnovation@unglobalcompact.nl. Please visit our website if you have any further questions or would like to seek more details. Feel free to reach out in any moment of time. And Tom and Jaren, thank you very much for being with us today. Hope to see you very soon to check in again. And with that, we invite you to don't fall behind and move forward faster. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.